One of the things you often get on modern websites, especially on art type sites, is a scrolling or rolling slideshow. Now, if you've ever tried creating one of these using JavaScript or jQuery or any of these other languages, it can be quite complicated. Now, WordPress has plugins that'll do some of these things for us, and Google have kindly added just here in the insert menu the ability to stick in one of these image carousels. So if I just click, you can see here it's telling us in order for it to be a carousel, it needs to have two, which kind of makes sense because we want the images to cycle round like in a circle. So if you've only got one, that's not really going to happen. In fact, even two isn't going to be great. So let me add in some images that I saved from a website earlier, just so we can see, how this whole thing works. So I've basically got 3 sunset images. All right, so we can see how this image carousel thing works. So I have this one, and I have this one, and I had a third one just here. Okay, so I've got 3 images now in my carousel. So if I click insert, and it plops it in just there for me. If I want to stretch it across, I can, but obviously be aware it's gonna stretch the images as well. So you might want to think about the size of the original image that you're going to put in here. Okay, so let me just put it back to sort of half a page again. Now, again, if we click on the cog, we get some opportunity to either delete these or to add some text to them. We also have some more settings up in the top corner. So if we don't want these 3 dots showing up here, we can remove those. If we want to put captions on or have the thing automatically start and change the transition of the image from one into the other, we can change that as well here. Okay, so let's just hit the preview button and see what this looks like. Okay, so here we have it. And we can see the dots, and as it scrolls through the different images, it's just changing to the next dot. So we've got 3 images, 3 dots, moving around fairly quickly, so we might want to change the transition speed to something a little bit slower. But it's very simple, it's very effective, and again, if we preview it in the different screen sizes, it just kind of shrinks to fit, and it works nicely. So it's a really neat little image carousel that really doesn't take a lot of effort to put together. Okay, so just so we can see how these captions work. Okay, I'll pop a description on there and update that. And then when we preview that on a full screen. Okay, we get a little caption just comes up there. Don't know if you caught it. Just there. Okay, so if you wanted to add some captions and some alt texts for people who use screen readers, then you just simply do that by choosing the cog here, and then the option comes up here to add some text, and then you get alt text and we get captions on here. And if we wanted to add some more images, obviously we could just do that from here. Okay, I am just going to change the transition speed to slow just so we can see the difference there. Okay, so there it is, and it's a little bit slower, gives us a little bit more time to appreciate the images that are in that there carousel. So that's an image carousel. And just like any other block, you can obviously move it underneath or below any other images you've got there, and you can stretch it out, as I said before, to make it fit a little bit nicer. And the same with all of these blocks. If you wanted to change the background to a different color, just to add a little bit of emphasis on that section, then we have the option to do that as well. So that's it. That's the image carousel feature in Google Sites.